Boss, would you please show me an example of how I might use the STFFA to find an opportunity that is a strategic fit for Stark Industries?
Sure, Tony. I think we can show you a few examples of how the use of this tool can help you both choose exceptional products to go forward on and actually help you limit the downside of choosing the wrong product opportunity, no matter how shiny and pretty it looks. Tony, don't all things go better with Coke? Well, that's a good question. Let's see what our tool and those who might use it would say. First of all, Coke and one of their strategic business units, Fanta, are physical products. Their opportunity in this case is Colombia. That's a service product, and indeed it requires after-sales service. These are great diversions from what Coca-Cola, the entity, knows how to make. Similarly, their materials product, all of them, almost all products that Coke makes are materials products. For example, one little known thing is that they actually own wineries and do not use their branding in the sales of those products. But if you take a look at the service product, this is a knowledge-based service. And as we talked about in the class, that's a different kind of management skill, even for services. That's impressive. Now let's take a look at strategic management capabilities. They're a little finer, or Tier 2. Our Tier 2 special managerial capabilities are more detailed. And as we often know, the devil's in the details. Well, Coca-Cola is an operation or efficiency development issue. Coca-Cola, Fanta, all of these run on operations. Not so much movies. Movies is almost a creation every time you make one. It's technology development. So that is not a synergy. Similarly, there's very few components for most of Coke's products. Coca-Cola, 5 or 6 entities in it, similarly with Fanta. But as you know, with making a movie, you can have as many as 50,000 people in it. You have numerous scenes all over the world. This is a highly complex or a many-component process. So if you take a look at technology maturity in this particular case, they've had the formula for Coke for well over 100 years. It's still their biggest process. They've known how to make root beer for numerous years. So these are highly technologically mature. And probably the film business is no more than medium. This is also a disconnect. Type of innovation, well, in Coke, what you had is things like Diet Coke and things like that. These are more or less regular type of innovation. So is so is Fanta. There is somewhat of a connect here where you have regular innovation in movies, things like sequels, things like that, but a lot of niche creation as well. Similarly, almost all movies, all Coke products, and all Fanta products are all market pull. Now let's take a look at how you make stuff, or technological competencies. Here we split things into engineering skills, specialized technological competencies, and technological skills. So engineering skills, we see that making Coke and making Fanta really based on things like biology and chemistry. And maybe in Columbia, the movie issues, certainly there's competencies, maybe some electronics in the old days, there might have been some materials, but there's really no synergies. So here we only checked comp sci. Let's take a look at the specialized technological capabilities. Well, here, for example, for the Fanta and the Coke products, and for that matter, even the wine products that they make or Minute Maid, they're all organic chemistry, inorganic chemistry, and microbiology. Really, there's so many things that are going on in making of a movie. I just put one here, animation, but again, there's absolutely no synergies between the basic engineering skills and now the specific engineering skills. So let's take a look at the next set of skills, which are the technological skills. Things that are traditional in movie making are lighting and acoustics. They have absolutely no home, no similarity with Coke and Fanta-based products, nor indeed any of the other products in this issue. Again, this would suggest that their embark in embracing Columbia would not be a good fit. And indeed, that was the case. The company ended up selling Columbia to a firm that had a much better fit for it, Sony. And I believe they sold the product for less than they bought it for.
That is clear. I see where synergies between what we currently do and opportunities requirements is important. But just how synergistic do you need to be?
Tony, that's a great question. Really, there's no definitive research on it. However, in all the companies that we've done, we've seen that if there isn't at least a 2/3 match between the competencies required to make the product and the capability bundles required to manage the product, embracing that opportunity usually will lead to a failure. So you need, just from anecdotal evidence, around 66%.
That is very clear, and I can see how I can use it in a few of my development projects that Tara and Sahib are working on. I want to thank you and the MOT program for assisting me once again.
No, thank you, Tony, for coming, and thank you for being interested in the MOT students. We want to help you and other firms like you. And again, at the MOT program, our students, our staff, and our professors deeply care about you.